Yo,
Hey, yo,
yo, yo,
Vice.
yo, yo, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank y'all for watching, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the 112th
And 22nd
episode.
episode. Oh, it's 112. 112, right?
112,
There it is. So,
112th episode of the In Your Face show. And I'm here with my main man, the cool man, the funny man, Mr. Shannon Battle. What's good with you, bro?
what's up,
What's good
man?
with
Shit, tuned in. Tuned in, man. It's been a long day and it just started. Shit.
Shit, I feel you. I feel you. I see you came out of class, man. See you came out of class. How's your day going?
Yeah, they bombarded me in class, man. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I get to class. I've been gone like 2 weeks, man. I was on tour. I come back, they was like, oh, yeah, it's midterms. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, no,
Shit,
no,
man.
not midterm.
So what you go to school for?
So I'm doing all the performing theater arts right now. So I'm there for voice, film, piano, and acting.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah, it's been
Multi talented, multicultural too. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man, it's fun. I've been learning some shit, dog. I learned how to sing in Russian.
Was it hard?
I'm like, what the fuck are we singing, dog? I was like, I'm gonna use it though. I'm gonna use this shit on stage one day.
Hey, maybe we should
Figure it
add
out.
that to you. Maybe we should add that some material. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that'll work. That'll
Oh, it's
work.
being written right now, of course, dog. It's being written, but it's a night and a stage for everything. Like, the Guild Theater probably won't hear those jokes this weekend.
I feel you. I
They gonna
feel
hear
you.
I'm on demon hours.
So what inspired you to pursue a career in comedy?
You know what, man? I'll never forget growing up in Baltimore. My mom and and the neighbors, man, they be watching Def Jam on cassette, man. And like I'll never forget like just hearing them say whatever. And it was
Ah,
so contradicting to me because she was like, "You can't amount to nothing being a class clown," and I was like, "Those are some of the highest paid class clowns I've ever seen. The fuck are you
mm-hmm,
talking about?" I was like, "No, like there's money behind this shit." And
mm,
and she always, my family always influenced me to have a strong personality and to just be charismatic. Like me being an only child, my personality does not fit that kind of like that stereotype at all. Like I was always like hella social and shit. And and like yeah, and I was like, you just get to a point you get tired of people telling you to try something and you want to try it but you're just scared to do it. And it was always comedy. Like I was always wanted to try it but I just got scared to do it, and one day I just tried it and I ain't never fucking stopped after that. Like I never stopped. And like and that gave me the courage, like doing my thing in Baltimore for the short period of time I was there as an adult performer, to just move to Cali, just like move straight over here and just go do my
mm.
thing. And yeah, and I've just bounced around since then, man. Like Humboldt, the Bay Area. I've been to Rooster Teeth Feathers. Like I done bounced around all these spots, and everywhere I bounce, I make sure like I get past at least one club in that city before I leave. And
So
like now
what's
that
the?
I got my thing locked in with Live Nation, it's time for Vegas. Like
I
that's why
feel
I'm
you.
like,
I feel you.
it's what you do. You just get back home when you do that. So everywhere I'm performing right now, someone that I've already touched down before, which
Right.
stretches all the way back over to June 11th. I'm at Punchline Philly, and it's like because I was in Baltimore, I put in that work over there. So it's like, when I'm bouncing, like it's not like I'm trying something new. I'm like, nigga, we've been here before. Like, at least if
Right.
I'm a producer, right? Now, if I'm a performer, I'll perform anywhere, right? But if I'm producing it, I've touched down there before, and like it's a blessing to be able to do that. But it started because I've digressed. Like I started not about 9 years ago, in Baltimore, and I was at the Baltimore Comedy Factory, and it was a comedy competition. It was my first time on stage, and I won that shit. And I used that money, and I came right over here, nigga, kept it moving.
Oh,
It was dope.
oh, oh.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
So
fun. It was fun experience.
being a Baltimore native, man, like what was
I'm
it
listening. Go ahead.
like? Was it hard coming up at trying to be a comedian?
It's hard trying to figure it out over there. Like where to open, like Facebook groups weren't really heavy back then. You kind of had to know somebody. You had to really know somebody and know where to be at. And for me, not really knowing where to like get my feathers wet and not even knowing the process of an open mic and how showcases work. Like I don't understand any of this shit, right? I just don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
on stage. I'm like competition. Fuck it, I'll do that.
Mm.
Fuck it. Worst case scenario, the club get to see my face, and I'm thinking of the bright side, but I'm not even knowing. And now I'm not saying that there's a certain point where a person should start doing competitions. Like if you're gonna do one. But it probably shouldn't be your first fucking time. You know what I mean? Like I was like, but I tried it anyways. Like shit. And the fact that I won, is what blew my mind more than anything. Because I really didn't have like rehearsed material. I had like premises in my mind, but I just went up there and was just a whole fucking fool. Like I was just Shannon. You know what I mean? Like over
Yeah.
exaggerated shit, fucking this bar stool. Like I was wilding out, right? Like I'm just being Shannon, right? And it
All
worked.
right.
But I was just like, if I could refine that, if I could be in like a an environment where they have like a strong comedy scene and it's close to a major mecca of comedies, be LA or New York, and and I've been over here before. Like I lived over here for a little bit while I was in high school, so I was like, that's probably my better option. And I came out here and being able to be in like the Bay Area and out here, I got like my skill set got refined, like really
Mm,
refined, like to the point where I'm at right now. Like where how I started that first day on stage and where I'm at now, whole different thing. And it's because I've traveled so much. It's from me traveling, just being open minded, really soaking up game from everybody. Like everybody. I'm talking every open mic, every show, game. I'm like somebody taught me something to either what not to do or what to do, like to
mm.
learn something, right? And you put in 10 years of that. It's like that's how we got here. But it started
Uh,
with curiosity, and I liked it.
Oh
You know what I
man.
mean? I was sucking it. I
So
was sucking it. And I was like, "This is what we're doing."
so was there ever a time? What was the most hostile crowd you've ever performed in?
Oh shit. Woof. Hostile. See, like rowdy or hard to get the attention of is one thing, but hostile, Jesus. Mm. You wanna know what? There's a room in Chico. There's a room in
Ah.
Chico. Yeah, and it wasn't Cinco de Mayo, but it was around then. Everyone was faded, like faded, and it's like a rock band coming on after me, and like they don't give a fuck about comedy, and I don't give a fuck about how they feel, and I'm just, and I'm like, I got a 30-minute set, so it's like eventually I started turning certain tables, and I'm like, hey, you right here, like I started pinpoint. I'm like, y'all, like, fuck this. I'm not doing this for 30 minutes. I'm not talking to myself for 30 minutes. Like, I start fucking with people, low key roasting some tables, like, and like they start going back and forth with me, but I'll take that over complete silence. So, the lady, say, who the fuck are you? And I was like, I'm the motherfucker with the microphone. Like, I just start going, like, I'm going on in it with it, right? She laughing, like, mad and shit. Like, that 30 went by faster, though. I know that. Like, it was fun. And time I go, like, I got to be applauded. They applauded me because you got to think, they don't even want to fucking hear comedy. And I'm like, but you're going to listen. I'm like, there's no way. Like, they ain't finna
That's
hell
good.
yeah, not me. Like, like,
That's good that you learn.
I know you ain't
That's
introducing
good.
me to the
That's good
yeah.
that you. That's good that you make people hear you. You have that voice to make people hear you, and a lot of people
And I
don't
didn't
have
have to
that.
do that most nights, dog. But they was
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you feel that a lot of comics are like try to be funny instead of just going with the flow, or do you feel like a lot of
anytime it's
these?
not natural, anytime it's not natural and it seems scripted, like they're trying to remember, you look at your phone or something, it takes away the magic of it. And that's why it's the time and the place to do that. So when you're somewhere where people expect to laugh and they want to laugh, you can do it. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So it's like, you got to use those time and places and spaces to get right so that when you're in those moments, surely if people, anytime people have to pay to see you, you know what I mean? Like you might want to tighten the fuck up a little bit. Like I'm just like I refuse to ever look at my phone at a paid show. Like I would never do that. I'm not knocking anyone that does, but it's like I know what that does for me as a comic. I can't even
uh
imagine being a bitch in the front row. Like she been waiting for 2 months for this. Like bitch, what? You just looked at your goddamn notes. Like it's not even a bit. Like it's like you didn't even play it off.
huh.
Like wait, hold on, guys. I'm like bitch. Like what the fuck? Like no.
Right.
Like, but
Uh,
whatever, right? So yeah, like it's that magic of it. Like when it's just refined, like you want to do it for them. You just want it to look just refined. Because when it sounds scripted, it is shit. You know what I mean?
right, right, right.
Yeah, you want to be
And
funny.
out of your 9 years of doing comedy, like what was the pivotal moment in your career?
Some of the crazier ones was times where I was like, oh shit. Like the first time I did an hour up in Mount Shasta at the Jefferson Center of the Arts. That was pivotal 'cause I didn't think I could do an hour. And I'm letting them have it. They got a piano and everything, I'm going to school for and everything is stuff that I already do, right? I'm just learning how to do it better. So like I'm giving them everything. I did a montage up there, I did a skit right there on the spot. I played the piano, gave them like 30 minutes of just straight laughter. Like I just gave them a show, and everything was in a funny aspect. Like even the piano, the song I was singing as I'm playing, was funny. Like there's punchlines in it. Like I'm having fun, right? And like it was dope to carry a crowd that long. Like that was standing ovation, dog. I was just like, yes. Like it's like now, do I want to do this every night? Fuck no, not right now. Like I'll stick with my 30 to 45. Like, But I'm like, but but I know I can do that now. Like,
Right.
that was dope. My first time going clean was forced. And it was, I'm not gonna say forced because I didn't have to take the gig, but I'm like, but I didn't know until the last second. I was at Tommy T's Pleasanton right before they closed. It was one of the last shows, and Sinbad was there for the weekend, and I got to open, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, I'm ready, right? And it's on a Sunday, and it's nothing but church folk in there. I'm not thinking about none of this. I'm not thinking about reading the room. I'm young, and I'm like, I'm about to just go sit the fuck out. What is gonna be lit? Sit back on life. Be like, no. So as soon as I get there, the lady's just like, you have to go clean. I'm like, what? I ain't never gonna clean in my life. I was just like, wait, what? I gotta go clean? She was like, yeah, how much time can you do? I was like, shit, 5 maybe. I was like, I ain't got 15 no more. Like the hell, you know, like whole thing shifted, right? It was like, but
Oh
yeah,
wow.
we got that. That was a long 5 minutes. That was a long 5 minutes.
Oh
I
man.
got some pocket laughs. It was tough. Yeah, it was tough. I got some
So
pocket laughs.
how's the church folk acting?
Man, you could tell this one lady was just like, she had this face, she had that look on her face like, now you're not supposed to. I was just like, oh shit. I tried to make dirty jokes clean. Like it was not, bro. I wasn't ready.
You so
I
lucky. You
wasn't
so
ready.
lucky. You lucky that pastor wasn't up in that motherfucker, man. Like,
Oh, I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was. It's a Sinbad show. I'm not thinking, bro. I don't know where I'm at. I did not know where I was
oh
at, bro.
shit.
It's a Sinbad show, bro. Like everyone came out to the buffet. Like, what am I doing? Like it was like
uh,
half a church in there. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was at least 3 deep. Like, I'm tripping, bro. Like, I'm tripping, bro. Like I did not read the room at all. Like, it was horrible, dog.
oh man.
You let me know.
I'd have been stuck. I'd have been like,
It
I
was a
don't know
long
what to
5 minutes,
say.
man. 5 minutes for like an hour. When it's not going as planned. No, say that.
oh man. So have you ever
Borderline
got booed
bomb,
off
bro. It was a
stage?
borderline bomb, bro. Like somebody
Uh,
defused it, bro. Like it was a borderline bomb, son.
have you ever got
Hold
booed
on, bro.
off stage before?
I've never been booed off stage. I can't say that. I've never been booed off.
Oh
I've had rooms
man.
stay quiet. I've had people, I've had rooms even stay quiet. And then when I got on stage, everyone was just like, yo, what's your Instagram, bro? You were hella funny. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, why I couldn't get that for the last 15 minutes? You couldn't have did what you doing right now. Niggas repeat my jokes
Wow.
like, yo, 15 minutes before, 15 degrees for 400 minutes, bro, does that. Like, so repeating my punchlines. I'm like, where was this when I was up there? And they doing the same thing to the nigga right after me. He funnier than me. I'm like, God damn it, y'all weird. Like, they just, bro, fucking
Uh,
amazing, bro. We can't wait for the next one. We already bought tickets. Look. I'm like, what the fuck is, why y'all don't laugh? Like, bro, it was like, where one of those shows happened at? It was a weed show. Everybody was high as a bitch, and I'm not processing
uh,
because I was drunk. Like, I was
yeah.
drunk. They was high as a bitch. People eating edibles for the first time. This bitch like, oh, this is what shroom chocolates taste like. Like, they high as a bitch. Like, they're not listening, bro. They just like, oh, people. Like, they just, like, they high. Like, we not giving them. Somebody laugh at the punchline you said like 10 minutes ago and shit. Somebody did that to
Oh
Rico, bro,
wow.
at a weed show. She was like someone's helping him. I was like, bitch, he said that 10 minutes ago. Like, help me, bro. They were stoned, bro. Like,
wow.
real side effects. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
Uh,
Now I've had some
oh
delayed
man.
crowds. I've had some delayed crowds. I've had to earn some rooms too. Like, where I'm there, and they just like, yeah, what the fuck is this? Yeah, they're like, nah.
Uh.
Yeah, like, what is this? Like, oh, yeah, this is my gun topic. This is when I come in gun strong, and they like, oh no, whoa, Buckaroo. They're like, hold on. It's like,
Damn.
it's all NRA members, and we love Mitt Romney, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I gotta
Oh
dig
shit.
out of this now. Like,
Oh shit. Oh man. Have you ever done any
yeah, it'd be like
races?
that.
Like, have you done any races? Crowds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah. I was
wow.
up in
Shit.
Oroville. When I was in Avery. Yeah, like I think, yeah, and I take it with open arms. When I was at North Lake Tahoe, yeah, at Casino Bay, I take it. I do it
What
with
they
one
say?
foot. I'm like, I can't wait to go back to Chico. I love it. I'm like, yeah, give it to me.
What they say? What they say to you?
Only Avery was the only one that was out of pocket. Everywhere else is just like, oh shit, like, no, he's really expressive. Like I'm saying what I want, right? Only at Avery was the dude. He walked in and he see me headlining, and he was like, oh shit, the property value went down. I said, oh. And it was like everybody looked at me like, "How you gonna respond?" I was like, "I ain't mad." I was like, "He just gave me crowd work, dumbass." I'm like, "I have a microphone. Like, I'm not about to fight you, argue with you." Some dude did try me out at where the fuck over? I was out in Granite Bay. I was out at Granite Bay, and this dude like lost it because I did a bit about like how white girls in that area don't date black guys, and I did a survey
Mm-hmm.
around the room. Like, you ever been with a black guy? She's no. You ever been with a black? She's And I got this girlfriend, and he got hella mad, and they walked like you fucking racist dog, and I was just like, oh really? Because I'm making fun of it. Like okay, I was like okay, you saying this is funny, right? I was like no. That's like saying a Black Lives Matter T-shirt is racist. What's the site racism? I was like okay, buddy, you say
Oh
sometime.
wow. You say so, Todd.
All right, Nicholas. Like, all right, bro.
You say so, Todd.
And I only got mad at him
Oh,
because I was like, you could have heckled me. You could have heckled me right there. Like, don't start
uh,
shit walking out the door. I'm like, no, let me respond now. Like, you want to get up out of the show? Don't do it. Don't hit me with a one hitter quitter.
uh,
Like, say your piece and sit your ass down so I can say mine. It's like, I'm the comedian, goddamn it. Like, you don't get to just interrupt and leave. Like, nah, like, now you part of the
uh,
show, buddy.
oh
You know,
wow. And
it's
so,
always all jokes until you start doing weird shit like that, bro.
have you ever,
But as long
have
as it's
some
far from
ever,
people yelling and leaving, like you know what I mean? Like it's like
uh
I'll be back. I'm like, no, you won't, nigga. You ain't leaving. Where you going, dog? Like I'll be back. Nigga. Like, oh, wait, no. I'm not about to watch you come back. Like, the fuck like if I'm
oh
leaving, I'm leaving
shit.
with you. Like the fuck is you talking about? Like
Oh, damn.
anyway.
He done fucked up.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm like, don't let the jokes fool you. I like being alive, nigga. I'm following you, dog. I'm like, the fuck, buddy. I'll be back. Like,
Damn. Then you gonna follow him outside just fucking with
I'm not going
it.
out like that. Not going out like that,
Oh
sir.
shit.
Fuck that. I
so
like
how
that.
do you so how do you stay focused and motivated?
I think it's by surrounding myself with people that have my same work ethic. Cause like when you, cause this, somebody hits you, I'm like, yo, I just got this double weekend. I'm doing a double weekend. I'm like, all right, lit. Someone like, one of my homegirls hit me. I'm like, yeah, I just did this photo shoot with BET. I'm like, all right, lit. Now look at my schedule. I'm like, the fuck am I doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do I have time to kick it and they don't? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, when you surrounded by people that constantly are just working, and you work with these people, like you constantly gonna be working. And it's like, and that's all. You are the company you keep. So I surround myself with fucking go getters. You know what I mean? And some of them
Wow.
don't even get along, but I don't give a fuck. That's between them.
Wow.
You
That's
know what
that's
I mean?
that's
I was like,
true.
all right,
That's true.
no more group activities, whatever. But see you on Tuesday, nigga. Fuck out of here. I was like, Jay, I was like,
Mm,
I'm gonna stay busy. Like, you know what I mean? They got shit to do, so I'm gonna do it. And that's how I roll.
basically. Who
Yeah, and it's like,
basically
and I've gotten to a point where, like, I'm not gonna say I didn't think it was possible, but like how I got here and the routes that I'm taking is nothing that I planned out doing. And I don't think entertainment has ever worked like that, anyways, unless you wanted the Will Smith kids. Like, you really didn't have a career map. Like, you can just, you figuring it out. And like the fact that it's working, that's what helps keep me out of fucking trouble and shit. Like, see, I'm at a point in my career right now where somebody would really try to like fight me, bro. Like, I will make you and walk off, nigga. Like, I'm not meant to get into it with you, bro. Like I got a movie in 2 weeks, nigga. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing? We gotta fly back to Vegas. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, I can't go to Vegas in the cell. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't have time for your shit. I'll buy you a drink for argue with you, nigga. I ain't got time. Like, I really don't.
uh,
Surely with other entertainers. Like, y'all. All right, whatever. All right, lit. Like, I do a whole meet and greet with niggas that don't like me. I don't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, it's like, you hope you made a headline, but to make you work, nigga. So like, it don't like, it's like you don't want
hell
people that
yeah.
work to go to work, right? Like, the fuck,
Hey,
like shit.
gotta do what you gotta
That shit
do,
for the
man.
birds, homie. That shit for the birds, bro. I was like, we got shit to do, bro. Like, I've even gone on my way to even call people I knew I was out of pocket. Just because they in the industry, I was just like, yeah, my bad, I went too far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got shit to do. We're adult. I know people got egos, and I know sometimes I can just be out of pocket, and I stand on all that shit. It is what it
Right,
is.
true that, true that, true that. So
Some
I
of these
have a
same people that
question.
I had problems with, I work with now. Like at some point, I didn't get along with Becky Lynn or Michael Calvin Jr. I'll say niggas' names because it's very public how
Uh,
much of an asshole I was during both of those moments. I work with both of them now. We just sat down, talked, had a drink, whatever. Like like shit. Like it's okay
uh,
to be able to stand on some shit. Like you gotta be an adult at the end of the day. Like if you hard to work with, you're not gonna get too much done. If you hard to work with, and I know at times I can be hard to work with. Like I'm an asshole sometimes, bro. But I'm like, but it's always real energy. It's always real. You
mm-hmm.
know. And I always stand on what the fuck I say. I'm like, you can't really say much after that.
So right, true that, true that, true that. So question is, what is the biggest challenge you have faced in this line of work?
Being adaptable, doing things a
Uh,
different way. Being able to like come out of my comfort zone or what I think is funny and being able to display that differently to other people. Surely GMs and for private gigs. corporate too, because they still form a private. Um, Surely when it's like for a school district or something like that, like they all have a certain mindset of something. Even if they might think it's funny, if I was at this room, it don't mean it's gonna be funny tonight in this room. You know what I mean? These same people that would come to Off the Wall might be at a gospel show. Like I have to be adaptable, right? Like we're like, and that was really like the biggest challenge for me there, and something that I'm still learning to do. But and just reading the room correctly every time. Like when you're not wrong at all. Like I get it, like you're not always had the best night, but I don't want to ever bomb when I get to a level where it matters. Where it really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it matters. Like if I bomb on some of these shows coming up next, like niggas gonna hear about it. Like if I bomb on that show that you got that flyer for right there, you would hear about it. Like everybody, shit,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? Like everybody, you gonna hear about that shit. I'm getting tagged and shit. Niggas doing reels. Just like, oh, that nigga bomb, my nigga. Like the niggas doing videos on TikTok and shit. Like it's like Shannon bombed his ass off. Like you know. So it's like, and I'm already kind of to that point, but I'm like, but we're like, it just killed a contract. A contract just got crossed out now. Like they're just like, yeah, we're gonna shorten this 6 months. Like,
uh,
I said 20 episodes. Yeah, we're gonna do 5. Like, it's like you just fucked up,
uh,
right? I don't
right.
want to take them type of else. Yeah, so you know, that's what
Have
that is.
you, was there ever a time on stage where where you felt like you didn't want to be up there, like you just
Never,
oh, okay.
never. Either I'm having way too much fun up there and I don't want to get off. Either that's the case, or it's work that night, right? Like it's one of them nights where it's work and I'm figuring it out, and I'm like, I have to crack them and like all that extra shit. But even then, it's like now I'm just waiting to do it. Like, at the moment I get the moment you make one of them laugh, it just seems to come in a wave. It's like you just gotta crack one of them. Like when it's a crowd, like surely when somebody bomb before you, and the host don't want to really put in no work, or there isn't a host, because I've been at shows like that where it's like they pack gauntlets out, they pass it. This nigga just bomb, and they just like, oh, your next time is Shannon, and I'm just like, oh, this motherfucker. And I'm like, it's
Wow.
like, you grab the mic, not want to swing on his ass. Like, you like, nigga, for real,
Mm,
that's what we doing tonight. Like,
mm,
and then you let him
uh,
dig. You feel me? I'm like, it is what it is. Like, you know. But either
what is
way, it's
this?
like it's fun. It's fun either way.
True, true that, true that. What is the
I never get
shortest
up there
time
like,
you
oh
ever?
no, like, huh?
Oh no.
Oh no, not
So
this
what is
again.
the
Like, fuck out.
so what is the shortest time you ever had on stage?
Fuck, bro. I think one time I did 3 minutes in North Hollywood or some shit.
Damn, three
Yeah,
minutes. You got to be that quick.
yeah, like,
Ah,
yeah, like you got, bro, and you know what? And I always, and that's why comics down there and producers will say I have, I'm like to them, I'm a shock value comic. Where I'm just like, like I hit somebody, I just say something so out of pocket, and, just capture them on that, and then like, and hopefully that's either the laugh or not. I was like, no, that's what I do for 3 minutes. Like,
mm,
I'm like, I'm not gonna try to contain my personality in 3 minutes. Like, if anything, I'm about to multiply that shit. I'm just like, I'm coming out with all types of energy. I'm bugging. Like, it's
mm,
3 minutes. Versus if I get like a 15-minute set, I'm doing 25, 30, whatever. Like, I can slow down. Like, and I could pace that energy, and I don't have to just be in your face like the show. You feel me? The segue. Like, the whole entire show. You know what
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay,
I
okay.
mean? Talk to
So
you
like,
about
see,
it.
fuck you, bye. They're in your face, y'all. Nah. Nah. So like, oh man. So who are the people that inspired you to do what you do?
Like people in the industry right now, or like
Yeah,
just people in
yeah.
general that are just done comedy.
People in general, people that's comedians, anybody.
You wanna know what? There's comedians. Well, of course, like there's the greats, like Cat Williams, for just like how controversial and he just like he don't give a fuck. Like his delivery was just very raw, and I think sometimes people would miss his message because of how raw he can be sometimes. How he would be in the past, at least. Like his Pippin was like that was a lot for people. Like because they that was coming out of Chris Rock era and shit. Like so they was just like that was they were oh shit, and like they forgot. I was like, did y'all forget about Def Jam? He was on there.
Hmm.
Like, did y'all forget?
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, these motherfuckers been out of pocket, dog. Like, they just forgot because they never had platforms like that. So I'm like, seeing him like Eddie with Raw and Delirious, oh my god, like that's definitely like yeah, and that inspired a lot of like my kind of like my sense of like developing my own style, like while I'm on stage and kind of like just how I dress day to day now. Like Eddie didn't give a fuck, like Eddie would wear anything, dog, and it was like, and I'm to that point, bro. Like I have like cheetah print hats and shit, bro. I wear what the fuck I want, bro. Like I really do.
Mm,
Surely when I'm on stage, like bro, gold shoes and shit. Motherfuckers look like it look like it click them bitches 3 times. I go back to Baltimore, dog. Like this shit crazy, bro. Like I went crazy shit, son. Like crazy shit. Like it was like I'm having fun with it, right? It's like, you know. So it's like, like even past like wanting to be a comedian, like just how to do it and like, just hit that freedom of expression as an artist. Like it's just like that. I got that from them, But then like in terms of just like stage presence, it's like your Bernie Macs and shit. Like ridiculous. Like commands a crowd, bro. Like commands a crowd, dog. And can say any fucking thing he wants because he has your attention. Like that was dope to watch, bro. Like when he was with the Kings of Comedy, what the fuck? Like he had to go
Yeah,
last, bro. Even the funny shit,
yeah.
bro. When I'm like, nigga, y'all know what's up. He had to go last. Y'all know. You knew.
Yes. So okay, I got a sec. There's a segment on the show where I just put this shit together. Where if you're doing a show, right, who would be the best lineup, legendary lineup, or just lineup of comedians? Like who would be headlining your show, and who would be the last? Who would be like the first and last of your show?
Yeah, because I would want to put so many people on there because I'm horrible, bro. I'd be like, look, everybody doing 10 minutes. I'll put like 8 legends on one show. I'll be like, all right, go ahead, do it, bro. Because it can be done, bro. Like, we got to
Hmm.
do this, right? But, Jesus, Lord, man. I don't even have a specific order, man. I was like, I'd have Bernie. I'd want Robin Williams. I'd want, I want Chappelle. I'd want, I want some more. I want some more for Shelley. Um, Man, I want Richard Pryor on there, Eddie, and not even like,
Mm.
but I can't get the old Eddie back. Like then we get Dolomite. I don't want that shit. Like I want ooh, like I want like heroin in the green room, Eddie. Like I want
Yeah,
Eddie. Like I want Eddie.
Beverly Hills Cops. Beverly
I
Hills
want
Cops,
that
Eddie.
Eddie. Like yeah, I want him. I want him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dog. But yeah, but yeah, it'd be something like that, man. Like I'd have Regina Givens on there. Adele Givens, that's her name, Adele Givens. Regina Givens dope too, but no, not for that lineup. But now Adele Givens go crazy, man. I was like, I have her on there. It'd be dope, bro. Like I would, it'd be dope. I was like, I don't even have an order. Like it's like you can't have one,
So
and I could
okay,
pick a cut
so
corners and shit.
all right, so who's headlining and who's coming in first?
If I have to pick those two, I'm gonna let Bernie open it up, bro. Just cause. Why not? Like everybody step y'all shit up tonight. Like Bernie going first, bro.
Ah,
And I'm
all
gonna close it
right,
out
all
with
right.
Richard Pryor,
Richard
bro.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, and
Okay,
everybody else in between, wherever, bro.
okay. So all right. So what is your favorite joke of Richard Pryor?
Oh my god, it's definitely his cocaine bits. All of both, and I can't remember all of
Ah,
them word for word, but his cocaine bits are ridiculous. What's the one where he was live on the Sunset Strip? Fuck. You wanna know why it's hard for me to recall it right now? Because I try my hardest not to remember headliners material. I try my best. Like I watch it, I enjoy it, but I try my best not to like be able to just call a punchline like that. Like it's like I would never even accidentally say milk and cookies because we know, right? But it's like, but with Richard, yeah, like I don't watch him enough to remember his shit like that, and I'm glad I don't. I'll be honest
right,
with you.
right, right, right.
Last thing I want to ever do is repeat some shit he said. Yeah, but but yeah, like Shorty, and it's the stories just behind just how openly he didn't give a fuck about it. Like how he gave Shorty cervix cancer because he put the coke on the tip of his dick. I was like, you're a wild guy, son. Like you're a
Wow,
wild guy. Yeah, like Richard, bro. Richard was wild, bro. Like Richard was wild. Like he was a
wow.
wild guy. Like he did some wild shit, bro. And just
Gave
like
her respect.
the timing of when he would talk about race and critical race theory. Like he was just like he was a wild guy, bro. Like just he was well before his time. Like if Netflix had Richard,
Mm.
a lot of niggas wouldn't have work right now. I put it that way, bro. A
Wow,
lot of niggas wouldn't have work right now, bro.
wow.
They wouldn't.
That's so okay, okay. All right. I'm
Cause he was
gonna
a
hit you
man. He
with.
acted in everything, bro. Like he did everything, bro. He acted in everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched Richard my whole life, man. Like Richard Pryor is one of my favorite comedians. You know what I'm saying? If I have a show, right? I gotta have Cat Williams. I gotta have Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. I gotta have man.
Martin the host with the most.
Martin got to host it. Martin got to host it though. Martin got to
Martin
host it.
hosted the most, bro.
Yeah, Martin got to host it. All right, all right, all right. Who else? Who else? Who else? I gotta have man. Le- Lavelle Crawford. That nigga is funny as hell. He's funny. He's too
Yeah,
funny.
he's mental. Yeah, he's mental. His laugh makes me laugh, bro. like he one of them, bro. His shit
Like
contagious,
okay,
bro. Like,
so okay, out of who is I are out of all the comedians, who is your Mount Rushmore? Who's on your Mount
damn, that's
Rushmore? Yeah,
tough.
Mount Rushmore.
That's tough. Damn, that's tough.
I mean, if people was watching, if people was with, if people want to like comment and shit, stuttering. People want to comment and shit, but nobody want to comment. Whatever.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Oof. Yeah, all right, so Dave is up there for sure. Dave is up there. People gonna think I'm crazy for this one too. Dave is up there. Uh, then Wayne Brady's on there. Whose line is this, bro? This shit's legendary, bro. Like that's just legendary. I don't care about his stand up, bro. That's just legendary, bro. Like that's a different type of funny, bro. Wayne Brady's on there. So we got Wayne Brady, Dave Chappelle, Richard, Richard Pryor, and probably Bill Burr, bro. And Bill Burr. This is a very
Bill
diverse
Burr.
four. Anybody you
Okay.
could switch out any of those comics with anybody at any given time. But I'm like, off my preference and style of comedy, what I admire, like watching their work, I'm like, yeah, those four are ridiculous.
All right. So if like, have you ever been heckled?
Of
Like,
course.
tell one of your heckling
Bro,
point.
on around my birthday a couple of years ago, bro, I was in Chico at a deli spot, right? We was at an open mic and I was performing, and the guy that ran it at the time, his dad had I don't know what I had said, but I had asked him something, and his response had nothing to do with my question. And it was the craziest shit. He was like, something does it, niggers. And I was like, wait, what? And like, everyone looked over just like, wait, nah. And I was like, y'all heard that shit too, right? Like,
Uh
it was
huh.
like the quickest heckle. Because it was like, and I wouldn't even mad at him because one, I started initiated the conversation. If I just completely leave him alone and he blurts that shit out, it's different. But I'm fucking with him. I'm fucking with him. I just think he's gonna fuck with me back like that. I was just like, boom. I was like, oh shit. It's like, all right, sir. I was like, you can play that game. You know I roasted the shit out of him at that, right? But I'm like,
uh,
yeah, I called him all types of shit, bro. I was just like, oh, you type must see a girl across the street, Junebug. I started fucking with him, bro. I started saying this shit. And he's looking at me, oh shit. I was like, you open this worm. And he's looking like, Dad. I'm like, no, don't say that to him now. Goddamn. I'm like, uh-uh. I still got 5 minutes. I'm like,
oh man.
ripped it to his ass. But I'm like, but yeah, besides that, I've been like heckled like people like surely like at bar shows, like people just be drunk sometimes, just be talking shit to you. And I know where I'm at. Like, the one place I would never expect that to really happen is like at a comedy club. At a comedy club. Anything outside of that, like shit, you don't know what the fuck you about to run into, dog. Like like shit, surely when it's like a private production or a theater or something like that, like depending on where the venue is and the atmosphere of the show, you don't know what the fuck. I gotta have girls get up, start twerking just because like the music came on when I was coming out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like took over the whole entrance. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, you don't have on drawers, lit. Like my turn, sit down, like, bitch, what the fuck? Like just not giving a fuck, bro. Like sometimes it's that party atmosphere. I used to host shows out at Powerhouse. Shit, people they at a bar, nigga, like they give a fuck. Surely if you wasn't funny,
Wow.
oh, that's not funny. I was like, this bitch was a CEO. She don't give a fuck how you feel. She was like, this is not funny. Drunk as shit. By like 15 Bloody Marys in it at like 6 p.m. She don't give a fuck. Like,
So, out of
it
all
is.
the crowd that you've performed in, right? Who is the crowd that actually really really loved you? That actually give you love every time you go?
Damn, every time I go, Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta, I get love up there every time. I don't care if I'm bro, I've been at coffee shops. I've been at the Jefferson Center of the Arts up there. I've been at the Veterans Bar, the Vets Club. I've been everywhere up there, dog. Love. Like every time, dog. Every
Mm.
time, bro. Yeah, up there in California, up in that area, bro. I did a show up there with Maxine Jones from On Vogue. That shit was
Mm-hmm.
lit. We heard the Jan Tyler. That shit was lit. They showed us love, bro. Like it was just dope. Like every time I'm up there, it's magic. Every time.
What was your most memorable experience doing comedy?
Ooh, the most memorable. Damn. There's been some dope shit, bro. There's some dope shit. I'm gonna say when I performed that Too Short show out in the Bay Area, that was lit. That was
Okay.
lit. Cause you got to
Okay.
get the best of both vibes. Like we had people in there dying fucking laughing. And then and then boom, like rap show. Like right there. Like that was pretty lit. Him and Richie Rich. That shit was dope. Um,
Oh.
but I don't think that's number one though. I don't think it's number one. It's a memorable one for sure though. No, it's not number one though. That's a hard one, dog. That's a hard one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dog.
That's a hard one, huh?
You know, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when I won that comedy competition though in Baltimore. That I won't forget. Cause that's the spark of all of this shit. That's up there for sure. Yeah.
Like, do you ever get nervous on stage?
You know what? I do get nervous. To answer the question, yes. It's weird now when I get nervous though, because now I'm nervous like when it's my first time at a club or something like that, or I know I have the chance to get past at this club, or you know, I'm headlining and I just watched that whole entire lineup just murder, and I'm just like, all right, now I gotta bring it. Like, and I always want to bring it, but I'm like, just that added pressure where you just like, now it's time to work. Like, am I nervous? Fuck yeah. Like, I stopped drinking hard liquor, switch over to the Sauvignon Blanc, do the white wine, slow the fuck down. Yo, you hit the blunt, I'm good. Like, I chill, I zone in, dog. Like, I ain't looking at my phone or nothing. I'm just thinking. Like, I'm just letting thoughts flow. Cause I don't know what I'm gonna start with or end with when I'm up there. I don't. And I was like, but I know my shit, and I'm just like, and I'm just going through I'm going through everything, and I'm looking at the crowd, I'm looking at how they reacting to the other punchlines and jokes that's being thrown out, you know. Yeah, I'm just reading the room,
What?
man. I'm like, yeah, but I'm nervous while I'm doing that. I'm nervous as shit. I am,
Mm.
and that's how I don't
So
give
what
a
is
fuck.
the? Okay. Okay. So what is the? Who are the some of the celebrities that you've met in this business?
I just recently came back from Vegas, and while I was out there, I got to perform with the dude from Cobra Kai, which I was just like, who the fuck?
Mm.
I was like, do you do comedy, dog? I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, super random,
Ah.
but him, some of even the names that I've worked with, like work with Hannibal Thompson now after this weekend. Uh, work with Sinbad. I've been on the same stage as Sinbad, Chase Anthony. Uh, there's so many names that flow. Like even some of the regional people that's going crazy right now. Like I've touched stages numerous times with Rico. Rico the Gray's a fucking monster out here. The 580 boys, like they dope out in the Bay. Like I've done a lot of shit with them. Um, Talked to that Patrick Stewart. This guy's been over like 150 movies, though. He was in the Headless Horseman, all types of movies, bro. And it's like he is ridiculous on stage. Like I didn't even know who he was. I ended up meeting him at Alameda Comedy Club. Like he was
Ah.
lit. Like he a different breed. Yeah, he a different type of comedy, bro. He's nuts. Um, yeah, I mean the list goes on. I mean there's a lot of names that I've worked with. Like Ocean Glapion, like he's dope. Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a lot though. It's been a fun experience. And like even if you're not always sometimes on stage with them. I'm trying to remember the ones I actually touch stages with, right? Like sometimes you just in the green room with them, or you just like you run into them in passing. Like especially when I'm in like LA on the area like that, you don't know who is where. Like you don't know. But I'll never name drop a comic unless I've actually like worked with them, shook hands, met them. Like I've been in the room with names, but I'm like, I ain't get nothing done that night. Like they don't know who the fuck I am, so like it don't matter to me.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, that person's somebody else in my industry that's just dope, right? Doing their thing. And that night, I'm just a fan. You know what it is? Like I don't, like I know what boundary to step into when I'm talking to certain people. Like I'm not gonna walk up to like certain people like we know each other and shit. Like there's a way to do things. Like, and the last thing I do is just mooch, try to mooch or like just be there. Like you can tell somebody just around, nigga. I'm like, what are you?
Mhm.
Who invited you? Like you like, what are you doing here,
Mhm.
nigga?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, so.
Right.
But yeah,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
yeah, but sometimes it's a blessing just to talk to people. I got to conversations they have behind doors. Um, how they tackle certain crowds. Like you looking like you thinking about the things you just said that night. That you watch them, hit them with a complete different recipe. You're like, oh, okay, all right, that's different. It's like you started with your closer. Okay, it's different. Like you start catching on game and shit.
Mm.
Yeah. If you love comedy, being around it never be a bad thing.
True that, true that. So
I don't
tell
care
it
if it's an
to,
open mic or a show.
so tell the people, tell me about like the industry, about the ruthlessness about the industry. What do you feel about that?
Oh Lord. Well, first is the politics that you can get caught up with at at the artist level. Like you can get caught up with unnecessary politics. Some of the most successful comedians I know, like Red, that's in my local area, that leaves the state and go do weekends and doing their thing. They mind their fucking business. They mind their fucking business. They do. They don't comment on shit on Facebook. They don't put anything subjective out. They just put show flyers and keep it moving. Like these are the people that like, and it's because they just marketable. Like as if there's no shit behind them. You know what I mean? People have no
Mm-hmm.
reason but to just respect their work and just keep it moving, right? They have no other opinion of them. Like he's never gotten a beer with you. She ain't never hung out with y'all. None of that shit. Like she come to her thing, dip. Like, and I was like, those tend to be the most successful people. But their networking isn't going to always be is on par with somebody that makes themselves vulnerable by being all these different social circles, right? Because they not talking and shaking as many hands as often because they mind their fucking business, you know. Like I personally endure all of that shit because I'm like I don't give a fuck. I would have never been over there if I didn't work with this person. And I know that for a fact. Like I'd have never had access to this club, whatever. And it's like I'm not saying that I go out of my way to just work with people I don't like, but I go out of my way to work with people. That's the difference. Like I'll meet that new comic like that person that's been killing that open mic. Ain't nobody gave me a shot. I'm like fuck you can feature. See what you do. Like open
Mm-hmm.
guesses, dickhead. Like yeah, what you gonna do? Like yeah, like I'm that guy. Like I take chances with people. Like I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, never stop what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Only thing they can do is enhance it. If it looks toxic, I get away from it. Cause I've had to do that too. Yeah. But I think in this industry, unless you have an agent or something, like I think it's always a good idea to make yourself not maybe vulnerable, but make yourself approachable. To make yourself like to network, don't always wait for somebody to come to you. Like, and it don't even have to be in the aspect at the artist level. I know a lot of people like they stay local with it because they don't understand the concept of like a press packet and sending that out in an email and a group to clubs at one given time, and don't CC them. Please don't do that. But it's just like I see somebody do, I was like dickhead. But I'm like, like same email just
Mm-hmm.
to whoever this may concern. I'm like, you didn't even try to be personal. My name's Curry. Like you're like dickhead. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you got really you got to hit them right? But I'm like, when I've gotten booked like that. How do you think I lead a state? Like you have to open your fucking mouth. Like, like they don't know who the fuck you are here in Sac. You know how many comics are here between here and Texas? But if you want to go out there, like it's a way to do that. Or not be scared to even bet on yourself. Like hop on a plane, just go do open mic, nigga. You gonna meet so many people. Just hop on a plane,
Mm-hmm.
rent a fucking room and just go to all open mics you can. Try to hop on all the showcases you can. Because most of the time
Mm.
in bigger comedy scenes, there's someone that's gonna be like, "Hey, yo, you dope." If you are, somebody will pinpoint you. They'll pull you to the side, and be like, "Hey, this thing over here tomorrow." You're like, all right, cool. That's how Vegas works. That's how Houston bet to work when I'm out there. Like that's how it works. Like you can't be scared to bet on yourself. I fly myself out somewhere because the next time I go, I know I'm not paying for it, nigga. I'm not tripping.
Mm.
Like you can't be scared, right? This one, like, like a lot of people play it safe. You know,
Mm.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm like, that's the
Right, right,
difference.
right.
And I'm like, and I ain't judging nobody else's work, but I know it's gonna always be different between me and most cats. Cause nigga, I'll do anything. I fly
Mm.
anywhere. I don't give a fuck. Like I go to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and do a show about why the Packers suck. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like it's just like a dope. Like, it can't be no limitations, dog. I don't care.
He said do
Yeah.
a show while the Packers suck.
In Green Bay
Damn.
about why the Packers suck, dog. Like,
And they'll boo your ass, wouldn't they?
man. And somebody buying me a drink got me fucked up. like, like there's no way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So yeah, that's. But yeah, like yeah, I've seen a lot of comments like they kind of stay to themselves, and I'm like, you gotta, shit. If you feel limited, it's probably because you're limiting your network, like how far you can go, what other outlets you have. They're limited because shit. You limited yourself. Like you spend limited time around the people that's making moves. You spend limited time at open mic. So I'm like, you're not even putting everything into this that you can get out of it. So how the fuck would you ever, you know? And to understand that some people shit in this comedy shit is not the same. Like this is what I do for a job, nigga. This is what I do for a living. Like if I'm not producing it, I'm on it. Like this is what we're doing, right? Like I do that more than anything else at this point, even school. And I'm a full time student. I'm still on stage more than I'm in school, nigga. Like it's ridiculous. So I'm like, that's how that moves. This might just be a hobby or outlet for somebody else. Therapy, whatever. Free therapy. That's what all album mic is sometimes for people. Go up there and bitch about their day at work or something, like whatever. It's different for everybody. And for you to just understand to move with the people that see it the way you do. Like Rico, this is his life. You know what I mean? Like Regina, this is definitely her fucking like this is a job for her. Like she go crazy with it. Like there's people that really treat this shit like work. Like, that's what I fuck with. Your audio went up, yeah.
You never know who you may inspire. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you may inspire. You never know who may see you while doing that show. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I tell people when coming on the show, the smaller shows are the biggest blessing. The bigger the show, the bigger you have to bomb and nobody watches it, right? Somebody will watch it, but not many people will catch it. You know what I'm saying? But the
Mm-hmm.
smaller the show, you got a chance of bombing. You know what I'm saying? And somebody watching that shit, and that could be your big break, and you bombed. You know what I'm saying? But but that could also be your break where you can, you know what I'm saying, do a banging ass show, and you could be on to Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
and being
And
a
make money.
success. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that in the comedy scene, do you feel that it's a lot of competition?
Comedy, what if you're trying to like be at clubs and you're trying to be at comedy festivals and you're trying to win competitions, yeah, it's naturally gonna be competitive, right? Like naturally. Um, but it's what it is to the comic, right? Like, so if they're not aiming for any of these things and their goal is to just be better at comedy, the only competition is yourself, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so the GMs and and Netflix, let them do that shit. Like, as an artist, it don't have to be competitive. It don't have to be. If Because there I feel like I'm one of those comics that like I really do go out of my way to like help people if they want it. Like I'm not going to be over here on some Jedi mind trick shit, but I'm like if they ask like, well, Shannon, I'm thinking about starting a show, and he's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't even want that venue to get over on them as another artist, as another producer. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, so I'm like, yeah, fuck it. This I would say, how many people you got coming? Something, probably do the door at this. Wait a minute, how many people they? Oh, they send to the bar, nigga. Like I'm gonna talk to them, right? Like I don't mind giving them that free game. If anything, once they get that shit rolling, put me on it, nigga. Shit, so I can eat with
Mm-hmm.
you, goddamn it. Like I'm not tripping. Like, do I put a price on that like a heavy level of consultation? Yes, but even then, it's still me giving back, and I'm like, I'm not trying to tax them, but I'm like, you had to toss me something if you want me to help you build this from the ground up, and it's not even mine. Like you had to, yeah, like I'll consultate you, and then once you get to the right after marketing, you on your own. Like, yeah, scan your
Mm-hmm.
flyer. Good luck, nigga. Like, like shit, I get you that far. I'm not tripping. But it don't have to be competitive. You know what I mean? And it's like that's why I don't mind doing those things, right? Because it's like, how I see it, the more shows, the more opportunities, the more chance to make people laugh, the more we get to be funny, bro. And I'm like, if I could do something to touch on that, to help that in a small way that can have a major impact, why not? Now, like I said, I'm not about to be over here like doing comedy classes and shit. At least not right now. Like, not, but this is how you handle it. Like, fuck out of here. Like, so when you're hosting, you want to make sure you have a solid pen and be able to crowd work, improvisation. Like, no, fuck out of here, dog. I'm not doing that, dog. Like, fuck out of here. Storytelling, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking. I'm throwing shots at y'all, man. Like, I ain't doing that shit. No, but I'm like, like I'm about to work. Like that time I could be talking to you, I could be on stage. Fuck that. Like I'm about to work. So I'm like, you know.
Right, right, right.
But
See,
yeah, but it don't have to be competitive again. It don't have to be competitive, and I try not to be that way. Um, at least where it's toxic, because ain't nothing wrong with like I tap a comic on the show. I was like, you follow me tonight, right? They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, good luck. Like an asshole would walk off. I'm like, you better than me. Like walk off, smiling and shit, like being an asshole. Like, you know. So it's all funny games. I'm like, shit, if we all pushing each other to go crazy on stage, that sounds like a dope ass show to me, right? So I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, a little friendly push, a little nudge don't hurt, but a little,
All right, so
fuck you, follow me, you know.
so who is the all right, I got a question. I just thought this is one I thought off right off the top of the dome. I didn't even write this down. Who are some of the comedians right now as we speak that you would put in your show? like a show right now?
Like stuff I was producing the show right now.
Yeah.
You want to know what's crazy about that? Because I have two major productions that I do right now called Off the Wall Comedy and another one called Kickback Comedy. And between those two platforms, I mix up so many fucking comics, dog. Like I really don't have like you. Of course, I got people I know I can lean on for when I'm trying to do a major production, and I know I need like a certain level of funny. I know there's people I can lean on for that. But I like switching up my lineups. I really do. Like I like switching them up. Like I like having a range of styles on there. Like like a lot of like even a lot of the flyers that date back from the shows that I've done previously with those platforms. Some of them lineups don't make sense. You just like you put who on the same lineup? Like it don't make sense at all. Like and I loved it. Like one time I had Johnny Taylor Jr. and Insane Wayne on the same show. And like as
Mm.
co-headliners. And it's like those are two different fucking styles. They're both funny. But I was like, those are two different styles. Like I love that shit.
Oh.
I love clashing style. Yeah, I'm like, like we can't all go up there and talk about pussy. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm like shit. You know. I'm like, I love
Right. True
mixing that
that.
shit up.
True that. True that. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you can name five dirty comedy comics and five clean comics, who would they be?
Five clean comics, that's like working right now.
Yeah, that's working
Like
right
that I
now.
know. Let's see. You got like pure clean comics? Like, cause I know comics that can go clean. Like, I know very few comics that are just purely clean. You wanna know what? Basil Comics is a straight clean comic. Like, straight clean. I don't think he even curses off stage. Like, he's just clean. Morty Steen, clean comic. Morty the Mortician. Like that's a wild one. Who else is like clean? Clean. Andre
Real.
Bailey can go clean. He's phenomenally clean. Tristan Johnson too. There's a couple. There's a couple. Like there's a lot of comics that can really like they can turn it down. They can turn it down. And myself, when
Mm.
need be, like like yeah, I was performing at City Hall for school districts. Like I turned it down quite a bit.
Mm.
You know, they were dying. But I did my job. Like so, I put myself up there. I'm not gonna put myself in that bracket with them though. Like Andre Bailey didn't go like 45 straight clean. I'm like I don't think it's in my repertoire yet. No, not yet.
All right. So, who are some of the dirty comics?
I've never seen Rico do a clean show in my life, and I know he could turn it down if he wanted to. He's a professional, but like when it comes to just like out of pocket, like just talking and just keeping it
Mm-hmm.
real, like Rico's up there, Regina, um, Wendy Lewis say some crazy shit. Um, who else? Uh, who else is out of pocket? Because there's a couple. Like there's a couple. That's an easier topic. Like I get overwhelmed with names with that one. Like it's too many. Like yeah, I'm like I just kind of say what the hell they want, dog. As they should. As they should.
All right. True that. True that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how many years you plan on being a comedian?
Oh, forever, dog. This ain't going nowhere. I keep getting better at it. Why the fuck would I stop? Like I keep getting better at it. Like on
Uh
both
huh.
sides. Like producing them, being a part of them. Like, it's like why would I nah. If anything, I'm trying to because I still don't think I'm going at a speed. I think I can go a little bit faster. Like just in
Okay.
terms of like how I'm moving and shit, the things that I'm doing, how much I'm doing, like I can do a little bit more. And once I figure out what that niche is, and it's gonna probably involve social media like marketing and having more content and being more consistent with uploading content. Once I get on that side of it, because me being on stage has never been a problem. For like the last 2 years, it ain't been a fucking problem. Like I'm fucking killing it. Like I'm pretty much on stage every weekend, and I'm starting to even fill up shows in between that. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm always doing something. Like I'm talking to you right now. Like I'm always doing something. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's not slowing down anytime soon. It's what else I can do on the other sides, right? So it'd be like the social media part for Shelly. Yeah, we start pushing that, get that YouTube popping and shit. Yeah, we're good. I'm chilling.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Oh.
Then I'm hitting it all. I'm hitting it at all angles. Like, then you got that
Mm.
bitch gotta come down. Like, she gotta come
Mm.
down. I've been hitting it at all angles. Like shit.
Yeah, man. So, like, what do you do to stay busy when it comes to comedy?
Either I'm on stage or I'm watching others. And not on video neither. Like on person I watch on video like that really is myself and it's me dissecting my set. Where I'm just like, all right, okay, I could have slowed down right here. I could have like, okay, I too much energy for this crowd. Like, I go back, I look at that shit like film, like I'm Coach Carter and some shit. Like, I go back and really break myself down. Like, a lot of people don't even like to watch themselves, and I did for a period of time, but like, I really go back because like I give a fuck. So it's like I go back now and it's like some days that's what I'll do. Like for like an hour, I'll just watch like old clips. I was just like, okay, that's a joke I haven't said. Well, I came up with that shit on the spot. Let's put that in rotation. Like let's write that officially, and like I'll go back and just look for shit. And because there's always a nugget on the table. You left something. You left something on that plate. You go back and get it. So I'm like, that's what I do with that type of free time. Besides that, I'm at an open mic, and most of the time as an open mic, I'm more there as a producer now. I'm looking out for like newer comics and shit. Seeing what else my peers been up to. Like I know most of their sets now, so I hear them pop out something. I'm like, oh, that's funny as hell. Like just to hang out, just being around, like because I get booked
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like I get a good amount of bookings just being present. God damn it. Like I'll just
Mm.
be there. Okay, actually, what you doing Saturday, Shannon? Shit. Okay, shit. Over here at the brewery, say less. I'm like, it's just being there. I ain't asking shit. Like, I'm just present. Like, so it's like we in a moment, we in a place where comedy is happening. Like, business wise, we talking about dates coming up. You're just in a place you're around comedy. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
how I stay consistent. Just being around it at all times.
Mm.
Watching or participating.
Oh, that's a thought. That's a good thought. It's a good way to go about that. Do you
Yeah,
feel
man.
that comedy has evolved, or it's still the same?
There's more forms of comedy, in terms of like how like what a platform can be, outlets, how you can like blow up, how you can grow a platform and a brand as a comedian. Which because there's because there I'm not knocking any of the comedians that blew up on social media, but it was a different type of funny for them, I think. Because unless they already were being acclimated to what being a stand-up comic is, like what a stand-up comedian is, right? And what that looks like traditionally, and to do Netflix and all this extra shit, right? What that really looks and feels like, right? A lot of people say comedian and they are comics, but they aren't stand-up comics. And that's a little different. And I'm like, and it's like there's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of platforms for comedy out there now. There's people really out here really made a bag and went on tour off of that. But like back in the day, you couldn't go on for tour because you had like 1 million views on TikTok for a
Mm.
30-second video. And now you're doing like 25 minutes, which is a lot of time for a nigga that's never done 25 minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and it's like that's your fan base that you grew. But I'm like, all those aren't gonna be the people at your show. It might be people at your show that might not even know what the fuck who you are. But I was like, but they came because of the hype. And they like, what's up? Like, but they ready for stand-up comedy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and some of them can switch that shit and turn it on, some of them can't. Cause I'm like, that's just to really write, and like or have great writers and like be able to like really you got to perform now, like you're a performer now, like you're not just a sketch comic no more, like you're not doing like these short videos and shit, like you just live, like it's
Mm.
live right there, like you don't get to redo and rewind and edit, like it's right there, like
Yeah.
you gotta go crazy, bro. And it's like it's a different type of comedy, and I'm like some can turn it on, some can't. And like but when you can do both, when you got both those, and that's the part that where I give hats off, when you can do both, oh yeah, you wanted something. How do you not blow the fuck up at that point? You kill punchline and you got like 1 million views on that video, nigga. You're lit. Like you got it. Like when you
Right.
can do
Right.
both. Yeah. So
Right. Have you ever been like put on a stage at a certain like, for example, okay, you've been put on stage like and you wasn't expecting it, like you just like, damn, I ain't prepared, I ain't none of that.
yes, a few days before I was going to do another show in Oakland, I ended up for Muriel Hodges' birthday at Yoshi's. I ended up. He was just like, look, if you slide over here, he's like, that's one thing, but you're not gonna go up. But he's just like, but if you go over there, you can take my spot as host. I was like, all right, whatever. So I went over there and I'm just like, I catch them exact words. It was Rico all of them. I was like, fuck them. It was like I went over to Tommy T's, bro. And I did not know I was hosting for Michael Collier. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, lit. I was just like, way more fun. I was like, happy birthday, Mario. Appreciate you. Like, catch y'all niggas
Damn.
next week. Like, I was with Michael, bro. Like, oh my God, that was fun.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Have you
bro. That
ever
was,
have anybody ever got mad that you took their spot or
I wouldn't know. Because if I got your spot, it wasn't yours. I
see that,
wouldn't
see
know.
that, see that,
I
see that,
wouldn't know.
see
Like,
that, see that.
I wouldn't know, bro. That's between them and God. Like, I don't know. God bless him. But like that was never your spot, dog. That's a form of mental illness, nigga. Like it was never your spot, dog. Like
see
nah, this
that,
is
see
mental
that, see
problems,
that, see
nigga.
that, see that, see that. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, people can get mad that you got picked that you got put in their spot and they missed the show and you know what I'm saying they feel bitter about it.
I don't think anybody being keeping it real. I don't think anybody will ever be bitter about a slot that I have on a show. Um, like, oh, he got picked for that. He got picked to do that or open or whatever. Because any major production, like it makes sense, right? I think the
Mm-hmm.
only time I would maybe somebody would be like, well, how the fuck he do that is probably some of the things I'm able to produce and the places and like the access, how much access I have to some of these places. Because even outside of Live Nation, because I have fun with Live Nation, but that's not even the biggest fucking contact I have. Like I go crazy, dog. But everything don't come into play at times. Like certain things, I'm waiting for the weather to warm up. Like I got
Mm.
venues, nigga, but like I'd rather do it outside. Like I'd rather bitches pull up
Mm-hmm.
our boat. Like I'm chilling, right? Like I got shit on deck this summer, dog. Like and I'm like I'm chilling. It's about to be a
uh,
movie, bro. And I'm just quiet. I'm
uh,
just chilling. Like see you
right.
niggas this summer. Good luck. Hope you're not doing the show today. I am, dog. Like good luck.
Uh,
Like it's about to be lit.
yeah.
Like you want to come kick it? Like you cancel your shit. It's lit. It's okay. I understand. Like I put you on the guest
Mm.
list. It was like it's gonna be lit.
I'll put you on the
It's
guest
like it's
list.
gonna be lit. But take
Do
but take
that. Do
over.
that.
So it's like chilling, right? So I think my energy from that, like why how I have that energy, where I'm just like fuck what y'all doing is lit over here, right? And like God bless them, like like I hope both shows sell out, but I know mine's will, nigga. Like shit, that's the type of energy I got, right? I'm like, sometimes it can come off as like arrogant. And it is a little bit like shit. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like it is what it is. Like do better than nigga. Like what you worried about how I feel? Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
killing and I'm killing, who cares about me bragging about killing it? Like shit. And when people killing, I brag about them doing it too, because everybody ain't killing
Mm-hmm.
it. God damn it. So I'm like shit. When you see
Mm-hmm.
somebody really doing something dope, you're like, all right, I see you. Like I always give Josh Means his roses, and he's
All
another
right.
producer at Live Nation. Anytime I don't, he has a date. That's a date I could have had. God damn it. You think I'm not happy about his show though? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like at that point you're just a fucking hater. I'm like, but I'm like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be that. There's too many producers here. I should have more dates. Like, no, you should have more venues. Stop being a hoe. Like, you know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
I would never feel that way. That's just me. But I'm like, how other people can perceive, like, take that. That's on them. And sometimes it gets back to my ear, but I don't give a fuck. I was just like, who's booked, who's not. It's like
All
that's all
right.
I
All
know.
right.
Like, I
All
heard
right.
somebody talking shit in the pipeline not too long ago. I booked 2 more dates with them. Kickback comedy coming back on June 11th. Like, nigga, I just took 2 more dates on there. I was like, fuck it. Like, now we booked. Now there's 20 comics that's up, and that's not you. Like, okay.
Damn.
Yo, he
Damn.
inspired 2 more shows. Look at God.
No,
Hater.
yo, it's been fun. It's been real fun, man. It's been real fun.
Yeah, man, on the whole hour clip, dog.
Hey, I mean, look, I told you, you know what I'm saying? Give me anytime you want to talk. Would you like to come back on the show again?
You know what? I'll be down to come back. Let me go establish some. Let me go get some more shit done, bro. Let me finish up school and shit. Maybe like yeah, and I come back. I have something to talk about, bro.
All right, cause like what I want to do is do like a commercial checking, please. I would like to maybe build a segment for like the comedians where they could come on and just have the audience just enjoy them. You know what I'm saying? And all the comedians that's been on the show and just bug out. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? And goof off with y'all and see what we could do. Maybe we could do something like a little tournament where y'all can hey, you knock one out, y'all knock, you know what I'm saying, whoever got the best jokes knock one out and y'all meet each other in the finals, and whoever wins, we're gonna do something because I want to basically shine a light on every genre, every person that I have on. I want to shine a light and basically get them out there and bless them as well as much as possible. I want to help
No, that
everybody.
sounds like something fun to do in the future, bro. That sounds like something fun to do in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let me take us out here. Thank y'all for watching. It's been well. It's been fun. It's been the 112th show of the In Your Face. And I'm here with my main man, Shannon Battle, the funny man. And it's been well. We out. Peace.